Chasing Purpose was designed to empower, uplift, and enlighten you on your journey in chasing your purpose.
Don't waste your time with thoughts of giving up.
Chasing Purpose.
Not too late for us to try. We can overcome.
Chasing Purpose. Candid conversations, nurturing faith, pursuing aspirations, setting intentions.
Together we rise, divided we fall. Let Jah lead the way.
Chasing Purpose.
Cause God always a listen.
Chasing Purpose.
One day I have to win. That's why I'ma try again.
Chasing Purpose. Mondays, 7 p.m. on Arijam Radio, Arijam 360, or arijamradio.com. Hosted by Cynthia Shea.
Hey, don't do it.
Static Entertainment.
Spread your wings. Nothing is impossible, believe.
What you mean?
If I can do it, you can spread your wings.
Do it.
Nothing is impossible. If I can do it, you can spread your wings. Blessing off a flow like a river. 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 That for them for know some man a leader. Blessing off a flow like a river. Blessing off a flow like a river. Turn them back and we turn them in a believer.
Welcome to Chasing Purpose, heard every Monday at 7 p.m. right here at our home at Arijam Radio, on our app at Arijam 360, as well as arijamradio.com. We love to hear your views and reviews. Please share them with us at 888-546-8742. That's 888-546-8742. You can also email us at chasingpurpose on arijam@gmail.com. Stay connected with us via our social media platforms on Facebook, Chasing Purpose, and be sure to join our Facebook group entitled Purpose Soars. Follow us over on Instagram at chasingpurpose_on purpose. Be sure to follow, like, and share. Grab a pen, grab your journals, grab a glass of water as we dive into more candid conversations. I recently read that leadership starts from within. You cannot be great until you feel great. You cannot make someone feel good about themselves until you feel good about yourself. You can't be a source of positive energy if you have no energy. The doorway to success swings inward, not outward. Leadership begins within. I've always said our seeds of greatness are already within us. We are born kings and queens. Our purpose is attainable. Now, every time I say this, it gets me so excited and happy. I literally want to grab a bullhorn and shout it from the rooftops. We are all destined for greatness, each and every one of us. In life, we are all armed with seeds of greatness. We don't have to go too far searching for it. Greatness is within. It is now our responsibility to tap into. Half the work is already done. God has laid the blueprint, and all we have to do is follow the path, follow the breadcrumbs, and step up to the plate and rise to the occasion to be the very leaders He has called us to be. Welcome to Chasing Purpose, where we have candid conversations about nurturing faith, setting intentions, pursuing aspirations, all while living boldly. I am your purposeful guide, Cynthia Shea. We continue to discuss our third pillar of chasing purpose, pursuing aspiration. Tonight, our focus is on leadership. Not just leadership as in running a brand or a team of people, but being a leader from within. What do I mean when I say lead from within? We all have leadership qualities. We all possess what it takes to lead. So grab a pen, grab your journals, grab a glass of water as we explore tonight's topic, lead from within. Our candid conversation this evening is with our special guest, Dr. Nsombi Jaja, a motivational speaker, leadership, business, and mentorship coach. Welcome to Chasing Purpose, Dr. Jaja. Let's get right into it. How are you?
I am absolutely wonderful. How are you?
I am well. Looking at you, the better one. You look amazing, by the way.
And I am feeling amazing. And as you said, it begins within. It really is a choice, regardless of what is happening external to us. We have a choice to create that feeling within, just based on all of the wonderful things that are happening in our lives, despite all the other stuff that's not happening or happening. I'm great. I'm wonderful. I'm blessed. I'm highly favored. And as I said to Romy earlier on, I am highly flavored.
I love that. What are some leadership qualities?
There are a number of them. I think one of the first ones is vision. Yeah, one has to be able to see into the future. The second is purpose, and I really like what you are doing and helping people to chase their purpose. And chasing purpose, finding purpose, living on purpose are keys to leadership. Integrity, I think, is very important. Authenticity. Be who you are and not who you, a friend of mine, he said his grandfather used to say, be who you is and not who you ain't, because if you ain't who you is who you ain't. It's important that we are ourselves. We are our authentic selves. Encouraging people is another quality of leadership, because in order for us to just create it's like a flock of birds in flight. Yeah. And you're creating that aerodynamic to bring people into finding their purpose and living on purpose and transforming their lives. Those are just a few of the qualities of leadership, I think.
We discussed focus and perspective last week. How important are both of these in leadership?
It might be contradictory what I am going to say, but I find for myself that focus for me is important. There are the youngsters now who will say that serial entrepreneurship is the key. You have to have your hands in a lot of things and doing a lot of stuff, having multiple streams of income and all of those kinds of stuff. But for me, I remember many years ago, this was in the 80s, I was actually kind of stressed out the day, and I went to the Mutual Life Gallery when Pat Ramsey was running the gallery. Mm-hmm. And when I go to the gallery, when I'm feeling stressed out, I go to the gallery. I walk around, look at the art, feeling the energy of the artists. And for me, that was really wonderful. So Pat came out and she was talking to me and she said, so Nsombi, what you doing these days? Girl, I was in everything. Mm-hmm. When we say everything, we mean everything. I was doing the consultancy, I was doing the training, I was doing the photography, I was helping Janoi with the magazine, we did all over the place, yeah? You know what Pat said to me that day that changed my life in one of the most remarkable ways that I could ever imagine? She said, focus. And Nsombi, you need to focus. Yeah? And that was contrary to the other things that I was hearing. And I decided at that point that I was going to focus on the consultancy because that's where my biggest passion was. And let me tell you that journey from then to now, I cannot describe the joy, the accomplishments, the everything that it has done for me. So focus is important for me. Yes? Perspective. My hand has two sides, this side and this side. Yeah. Everything can be looked at from different perspectives. We are raised in an environment that focuses, our default is a negative perspective. You see something and you take a negative take on it. But that's not healthy for us. And sometimes I can be called Pollyannish because I focus on the positive things in my life. And the reason why I do that is because the strength that I get from counting my blessings every single day and looking at the things that are going well for me, that strength helps me to handle anything that comes my way that is going to bend me out of shape. And perspective also helps you to keep at bay anything that's going to that's going to bend you out of shape. It is not good to take on other people's monkeys. It's not good to take on other people's negative energies. And so I create a kind of shield around me that I keep it where it belongs. That perspective is so critical.
Yeah, so important. I love both those answers. How can we show up as leaders before even entering the workforce?
You know, people feel your energy long before you say a word. People feel you long before they meet you.
True.
How can we show up as leaders? We get so many opportunities. From we're born and we start interacting with other human beings, we get opportunities to really start honing the leadership seeds or nurturing the leadership seeds that were placed in us when God made us and placed us here on earth with our purpose. So for me, it was Uncle Granny Basic School, where we went to until it was time to go to primary school. And then the opportunities you get in primary school to speak, you remember, recitation for festival and all of those things, reading the Bible at church, saying a prayer here, joining the choir, being a prefect at school, being a house captain. We get so many opportunities to at least develop the leadership within us. And at the time when we're doing it, we do not realize how valuable it is until we get to adulthood. And then we realize that a lot of the lessons that we get from there have helped to shape us into the leaders we are.
Yeah.
Now, what is happening is that the schools are requiring demonstration of leadership competencies in your application for universities and so on. And so being a part of the Key Club, being a part of the Environmental Club, being a part of the Debating Club, being a part of the Drama Club, being a part of all of these things are critical. Be on the swim team, be on the tennis team, be on the football team, because all of those teach you the kind of lessons and help you to build the kind of attributes that help you to deal with people so that you're able to hone your leadership competencies from early in life.
Yeah, I totally agree. I couldn't agree with you more. Putting yourselves in these predicaments where you have to be on a team from a young age, where you have to work with other persons at a school level. Those things help you to hone and nurture the seeds of leadership that I believe you're born with. Now, let me ask you this. Do you believe that we're all born with leadership qualities?
Absolutely. It's absolutely. And it's how they are nurtured in us from we are early.
Yeah.
Now, I'm speaking now to parents. Be careful of the words you use to your children from they are early. Pour life into your children with positive words, because the negative words will go out there and multiply and come back to them. Absolutely. One of the things I encourage my clients and the participants in my workshop to do is to listen to that Joel Osteen podcast, The Power of I Am. Yeah? Because he said, I am is your sacred name. And anything that follows the I am beautiful, I am kind, I am successful, I'm talented, all of those things will run you down, chase you, and catch you, and hug you up, and latch onto you like a leech.
Yep.
But the opposite is also true.
Correct.
So when I ask people how they are, and they tell me, Lord, I'm tired. Stop. Let us reverse that. Words are powerful. In the same way that the words that you use to speak about yourself are powerful, and they will chase you and catch you and latch onto you like a leech. Similarly, so the you are. So when you are saying to anybody you are, make sure that that you are is something you want to chase them down, catch them, and latch onto them. And too often we are very careless with our words, and we use words you are negative to the youngsters around us. And it's amazing, you remember from school days how somebody said a negative word to you, and at this age you still remember it.
Absolutely.
And you also remember that somebody poured some very positive things into your life then, telling you how talented you are, how bright you are, how beautiful you are, even when you didn't feel you're beautiful, and how those things have helped you to really just straighten your back, put your head up, and walk purposefully through life. Words are powerful. Don't be careless with the words that come out of your mouth. They go out there, they multiply, and they come back manyfold.
Yes. We have 4 pillars here on Chasing Purpose: nurturing faith, setting intentions, pursuing aspirations, and living boldly. How do you apply these to your life?
Girl, foundation. And that's what I help my clients, my coaching clients, to discover too. But I start first with vision, because that's setting the intention.
Yeah.
What is it that you want? It is so important for us to decide what we want. The Bible says, ask and it shall be given. Seek, you shall find. Knock and it shall be open. But when you're asking, you have to ask for specific.
Yes.
Yeah? And not all the time will you know exactly what specific to ask for. But let me tell you, as you ask for more, the more will reveal itself to you. So a vision of being successful, and I always ask people to blueprint to their vision on 4 dimensions. Your health, your relationships, and not just relationship with your significant other, but relationship with your family, relationship with your friends, your relationship with your associates and your bosses and so on. It's important that we blueprint the quality of the relationships we want in our lives. And then blueprint the career. A lot of times when people thinking about their future and vision, they focus only on the career. The career is just one leg of a 4-legged stool. So if all the other 3 legs are defective, then the entire stool is dysfunctional. Yeah. So don't build a career and forget about the other dimensions of your life.
Yes.
And then the other one I ask people to really focus on when they're looking at their vision is time and money freedom. We were not placed here for ourselves. All of us were placed here in order to provide some kind of support for others. So we are here to live our lives so that we can be of significance to others. John Maxwell says, and I'm a member of the John Maxwell team, I'm a JMTer, and he said, we are people of significance. We are people of value, creating and adding value to others. Yeah. So that vision, that intention is very clear, because the intention is what helps us to align, because sometimes in desperation, you're going to make a decision to do something, and then you ask yourself, is this aligned with my vision for myself? And then when you realize it's not aligned with your vision, you set your intention and you will and come again. Never settle.
Yeah.
How I do it for my life? I have a big vision. I'm big and bold and brazen, you see, girl. But Jack Canfield said, when you create the vision, make it so big that when you achieve it, not if you achieve it, when you achieve it, you will know it's only God. Because when we set some big goals, and we move towards them purposefully, and we achieve it, the most we can say, boy, God, I saw you good. It is amazing. And that's why I move purposefully through life. Yeah. And anytime I feel fear and doubt, I remember what Shakespeare said. He said, doubt and fear are traitors, which make us lose the good we might oft win by failing to start or stopping in midstream. Wow. You know how many of my students quit because, one, they can't find the money and they don't know that God is their source.
Yeah.
If it's one day before school starts or one day before school ends, the money will come.
Yes.
Go in faith, because when you step out in faith, God steps in and he delivers. God no make no mistake, and God don't leave you anywhere that he's not going to provide for you. So I step out in faith, yeah? I remember Les Brown said, leap and the net will appear. I don't have to see the net in order to take the leap. And guess what? We never drop yet. We never broke up no bones yet. I always land in the right place.
Wow. Wow. Dr. Jaja, we have to jump to a quick commercial break. When we return, we continue our powerful conversation on leadership.
Looking forward.
Keep it right here for real reggae on Irie Jam.
93.5 VIP.
There are positive changes coming to immigration law with the Biden administration. These changes will create opportunities for undocumented immigrants to get legal status. It will also give a pathway to citizenship for those who qualify. Now is the time to act on your immigration status. Call Barre Law at 1-800-747-4991. 1-800-747-4991. That's Barre Law Firm, 30 Broad Street in New York City. We can help you get your green card or citizenship. If you are in immigration court, we will defend you from deportation. If your case is one of the many cases that has been delayed, we will sue the government to process your case immediately. Call Barre Law Firm to sort out your status. 1-800-747-4991. Call Barre Law Firm today, 1-800-747-4991.
Aeromark Shipping is your direct connection to Jamaica. They specialize in shipping full container loads with personal effects, cars, trucks, buses, and heavy construction equipment or commercial cargo to Kingston and Montego Bay. Weekly sailings with the fastest transit time in the industry, receiving vehicles Monday through Friday in Brooklyn from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m. Call 973-690-5363. 973-690-5363. Aeromark Shipping's direct connect to Jamaica, straight like an arrow.
I'm Joe, your CBD expert. Jamaica Smooth's tinctures are CBD oils that help with everything from muscle and joint pains to anxiety, depression relief, and even promoting healthier sleeping patterns. The oils are all natural and organic, giving you one of the purest forms of CBD consumption. The Easy Squeeze Dropper provides 3 to 5 drops per dose under the tongue for any of our great tasting CBD oil flavors and is one of the most popular ways to intake CBD. Give us a call.
1-833-SMOOTH-5. That's 1-833-766-6845.
Or JamaicaSmooth.com.
5 things to remember when you get into a car accident. Brought to you by Gregory Spector and Associates. 1.
Call the police and EMS immediately.
2.
Seek medical attention and attend to your injuries.
3.
Get the names and numbers of anyone on the scene to be a witness to the accident.
4.
Take pictures and videos of the scene and accident details. 5. Don't admit fault at the scene of an accident.
You may not have all the facts at the time. I said I would give you 5 tips, but here is a 6th. Only do business with a law firm that understands and respects the community.
For real serious injury attorneys, call Gregory Spector and Associates at 888-797-7735.
They have recovered millions for their clients. 888-797-7735.
Gregory Spector and Associates is your serious injury attorneys.
No leftovers. Words to live by, but it's also the name of the fastest rising Jamaican restaurant in Newark, Connecticut. You can't forget the name, No Leftovers, on 182 Connecticut Ave. They cater and they deliver. Call them at 203-354-4333. No Leftovers for your quick Caribbean fix in Newark, Connecticut. Here's just some of the very positive reviews. I'm not an expert on jerk chicken by any stretch, but this was delicious, tasty, and at a great value. No leftovers. The jerk chicken makes you say, my God, that's delicious. Oxtail, absolutely perfect. I could eat their rice and peas slathered in jerk sauce and gravy every day for the rest of my life. No leftovers. On 182 Connecticut Ave. Call them at 203-354-4333. No leftovers.
Easter time, family time, Golden Cross time. At Taurus Riley reminding you to check out Golden Cross, the Easter bun where your need is a must. But at Taurus Riley representing for the one and only Golden Cross. And do remember, Easter is all about family. And we'll deliver that family Jamaican experience to you and yours. Well, Easter equals family time. Yeah, Golden Cross make bun for we. The nicest recipe from 1949. Golden Cross give you superior quality, and now we got delivery. Easter bun is a must, and when you need the real Easter bun with the real Easter fun, you need to check Golden Cross. Watch enough. Them have the recipe from Jam Down from 1949. Golden Cross Easter bun.
Irie Jam.
93.5 VIP.
Welcome back to Chasing Purpose. I am your host, Cynthia Shea, and I am joined this evening by motivational speaker, leadership, business, and mentorship coach, Dr. Nsombi, the beautiful Dr. Nsombi Jaja, who is giving us amazing insight on leadership from within. Dr. Jaja, are you chasing your purpose or have you found your purpose?
Hello, please, girl. At 69 years old, we should not chase it. I should have did find it long time. Of course, I'm living on purpose.
Yes.
And what is absolutely wonderful is that having helped my children to live on purpose, I have allowed them to find their purpose. Because, you know, as parents, we love to tell the children what I'm supposed to do, and I'm supposed to turn this and turn that and so on. I have found from my experience that when you allow your children to find the purpose that God has placed them here with, then the quality of their lives and the contribution that they make to humankind is unbelievable. And so I learned the lesson from my son, because I was forcing him into engineering when he was young, forcing him, you know, and the boy couldn't fit into engineering. After high school, I sent him to XED, into the pre-engineering program, which is an automatic step into the UTech engineering program. Nobody in a field, of course, than my boy field. So I realized that he had absolutely no interest. And one day he came to me, because I invited him to work with us until he figured out what he wanted to do after he left high school. One day the boy come to me and tell me, say, he want to go Runaway Bay to cook. I nearly had a heart attack. You know the moment and exactly where you were standing or sitting at a time when something momentous happens in your life. I remember exactly where I was when he came and told me he wanted to go to Runaway Bay to cook. Engineer, cook. Oh my gosh. And guess what? In that moment, Cynthia Shea, I heard a voice say to me, "Love the boy." Because God speaks to you in your own language.
Yes, absolutely.
Love the boy. And I supported him. And look at OG today.
OG is brilliant. OG is brilliant. Guys, if you are ever and I'm sure he flies all over, but I have worked with him here in Kingston. He has done multiple events for me. He is brilliant at his practice of, he's a private chef and has created a whole career around, it's a whole company around. I believe it's called Ashbury. And his displays, I will post them on my social media. I mean, they are brilliant. It's not just about him cooking the food. He is really, it's really artistry.
It's his whole life.
Yes, it's artistry. it's really more
That's
art
what he
for
was
me
created
than
here for.
yeah. So big up,
That's
big him up.
what he
Yeah,
was
yeah.
placed on earth
And
to do.
and thank God that you as a parent took heed to that voice, because of a lot of parents, they force down, you have to be a doctor, lawyer, this, that, when really in essence the person's a creative, or they want to be this and that. And because we as parents don't know that the industry is viable or a career can be made, we continue to force our ideals on them.
Exactly.
Again, I was supposed to be a nurse, a pediatric nurse. That's what my parents wanted me to be. But when I left school, dropped out, it was just like that. It didn't go as great as my mother getting that sound. She called on the blood of Jesus for me. But I left what she wanted me to do to go into the music industry, and it was the best decision that I made for myself. The best.
You came alive.
Yeah.
Help your people to find their purpose and help them to live on purpose.
Yes.
It's not going to be easy. They're going to get some licks in life, but the licks help them to develop their muscles, their spiritual muscles, their mental muscles, their intellectual muscles, and their physical muscles.
Absolute brilliant advice. How important is communication in leadership?
My coach, John Maxwell, says, everyone communicates, few connect. Everyone communicates, few connect. And he has a program, he has a course that is titled Everyone Communicates, Few Connect. He also has a book on that. You know, John Maxwell is the foremost leadership guru for the entire world. Yeah. And what is fantastic about John Maxwell is that he marries the spiritual faith side of leadership with the business side of leadership, because we are single, one whole person. We are spiritual, we're intellectual, we are emotional, and we're physical. And the books that he has written have been phenomenal in helping me and helping me to help others when I do my leadership development program to really transform into the leaders that God created them to be.
You spoke about faith. How important is your faith on your journey?
Girl, foundation of my life.
Yeah.
Faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen.
Yeah.
But faith without works dead.
Yeah.
So you can't have faith and then sit down and don't do nothing and expect the things to fall in your lap, because by the time you open your hand to catch it, you box it out of your lap. So I have big faith, big faith. And I do this, I use it in my leadership, and I lead an organization, but I also lead a nonprofit organization, the Jamaica Customer Service Association. And I have the most amazing board members. I have the most amazing executive members. And I thank God that they allow me to stretch them out far, long before they could see it. But as I continue to help them, and all of us are people of faith. So when we pray for big things.
Yes.
When we pray thanking God that it's already done. When we pray, we don't pray to ask. God, you know what you have called us to do, and this job is bigger than all of us put together. We thank you that you have provided everything that you need in order for us to make this happen, to your glory and to your honor. And when we step out with that kind of faith, girl, God just step in. I say, see me here.
When we are praying, we need to pray big.
Yes.
We can't pray. First of all, we shouldn't be playing small or living small. We need to pray big. All right? Because God is going to, God shows up all the time. He will show up. Ask him, he will show up. I am a testament. Dr. Jaja, a testament. Pray big. He will show up.
Yes. But you know, Cynthia Shea, Wayne Dyer says, and this is an analogy he used. He says, if you go to the ocean of abundance with a thimble, when you fill that thimble, it's going to be full and running over. No matter how many times you do that. You go with a bucket, it's going to be full and running over. You go with a swimming pool, it's going to be full and running over. You go with 10 megaton trucks, and you fill from the ocean of abundance, it will be full and running over. And he said, it does not impact the ocean of abundance a zillionth of an inch. And that is it with God. There is no lack of abundance of peace, of joy, of happiness, of love, of money, of health. There is no lack. The lack and limitation in our minds. And therefore, when we expand our mind beyond lack and limitation to abundance, whatever it is, the abundance we need, then we know we will receive it. But you see, when you ask for abundance, you better make sure so you're ready for it. You better make sure so you're prepared for it. You understand? Because sometimes it will come and frighten you and scare you. You ask for it, you get it. And when you get it, boy, you say, never pray to God and ask him if it really is. Yeah.
Wow. Guys, I hope you're writing down in your journals the gems that Dr. Jaja is dropping. Values. What values are most important to have as a leader?
You know, Barker says, your vision determines your direction, where you're going. The values determine the rightness of the direction, because it's not the end. What is it? The means justify the end justify what? You can't be operating from values that will be bad for you and bad for others and justify that. Yeah. Because of the end in view. So it's like the compass. A colleague of mine says that your values is like a compass. Yeah, it kind of shows you true north, so that when you find yourself swaying to the left or swaying to the right, it kind of bring you back. And those values are inculcated very early in life. Yeah. The values of integrity, the values of excellence, the values of smart, hard work, the values of resilience, the values of persistence, the values of determination. All of those are inculcated into you. And this is why we have to be purposeful about how we raise the pig them, you know. You can't just allow them to just raise themselves. We have to help them to inculcate the values that are required that are going to help them through life. You know how much times I hear my father's voice in my head when I want to stray, or my grandmother's voice, or my mother's voice, or my big brother's voice, or my sister's voice. Come on, man. Our values kind of keep us on track.
Yeah, I love that. What are a few resources you would recommend to someone looking to gain insight into becoming a better leader?
John Maxwell. Everything what John Maxwell writes. And then after you read John Maxwell and you do some of his courses and so on, then you can go to people like Stephen Covey. You know what one set of resources that every one of us as people of color must go to is Marcus Garvey.
For sure.
Must go to Marcus Garvey, because that helps to anchor us internally, and then we build on that. Yeah. But one of the books that helped me early in life, from way back maybe about 20, 30 years ago, was John Maxwell's book, Thinking for a Change. Because if you are able to order your thinking, to change your thinking, your life will be changed as a result of that. So that book is amazing. I would say people who really want to kind of just develop the leader within, and that's another book by John Maxwell that I would highly recommend. The 15 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. Those are some very important books that will help us to develop ourselves into much better leaders. And let me tell you, it's a lifelong journey. Yes. We have to be lifelong learners.
Yes, I was going to ask you that.
Learn and figure, say, every day it's an opportunity. So I just signed up, even though I'm a John Maxwell certified speaker, coach, and trainer. I just signed up for one-on-one mentoring with John Maxwell.
Oh, wow.
You know, a lot of times people say, "Well, you spend so much money at John Maxwell already. You do this, you do that." Let me tell you something. If you're not willing to invest in your development and growth, how can you expect others to be inspired by you when you ask them to invest? So I'm constantly investing in my development and growth because I realize that I have to be steps ahead of my clients. I can't be at the same level that they are and be able to inspire them for transformation and growth. I have to be steps ahead. So I'm constantly working on my self-growth.
And I think that is so important. A lot of leaders and CEOs, they feel like once they get in the position, they have to stop learning. However,
it's not leadership, position and a leadership
okay.
role. Is position. Leadership is a set of competencies and skills and qualities and attributes that we have. That's what makes us leaders. So there are lots of people who are sitting in the chair, but they're not leaders.
Yes.
They're holding the position.
Holding the position. We have to be constantly learning, reading, and also learning from the youth, looking to the younger generation to see what they're learning that is good. Teaching them also what you know. It's one hand washes the other. You can't come get a position as a CEO or running a big company and I eat that. No, you have to stretch your brain, stretch your mind, read, go out there, get mentorship. No matter how big you are in a company or if it's your company, you have to know what your competition is doing. You have to know what the innovators are doing because you want to be out there. And just like you said, you as a motivational speaker, you have to hone your craft. And what does that mean? That means going to another John Maxwell seminar. That means the one-on-one mentorship. We all need mentorship. So whoever is in a leadership position, if you have your own business, remember it does not stop with you just getting that business. You have to continue to learn. Stretch your brain.
Everyone needs a coach.
Everyone.
I have a coach. My coach has a coach. And my coach's coach has a coach because we all need the help to step up to the next level. Level up.
Level up. Y'all heard what Dr. Jaja said. Level up. What is one of the characteristics that you believe every leader should possess and why?
Why? It's not one, but I'll tell you one. Your ability to carry people with you. Your ability to help to transform people. But you cannot transform because transformation begins with self. Yeah? So you're constantly on the transformation journey to be able to help others to transform. And the transformation comes in different ways. And this is why the learning is so important. This is why understanding your people, because what I do with you to help you with your transformation is different from what I'll do with Romy, different from what I'll do with Julianne, different from what I'll do with Rascasa and Abigail to take them to the next level.
Yeah. Understood, because we're all different, right? In personalities and stuff like that. So that makes sense. What aspirations are you pursuing personally and professionally?
Girlfriend. When I saw that question, I said, blouse and skirt. Blouse and skirt is not a bad word here. I'm a Christian. It's just an expression of exclamation. So my aspiration is to really be global, to impact people's lives in a very positive way. Wherever they are in the world with the message that God inspires me to deliver to them. Because whenever I prepare to speak to an audience, I don't know who is in the audience, but God knows. I don't know the message that they need, but God knows. And so as I prepare myself for the message to help them, because it's not about me, it's about the people I serve. And as I prepare to deliver service to them and to help them, God inspires me because he knows who's going to be in the audience. So my aspiration, my dream to go global, to be a global speaker, a global trainer, and a global coach. And that's what I'm preparing myself. So every day, I study. Every day, I listen to another tape. Every day, I read something else. Every single day, I am doing something to advance me in that space. And I want to remind you of something that Thoreau says. Thoreau says, if one advances confidently in the direction of their dreams, endeavoring to live the life they are imagining, they will pass invisible boundaries and meet with unexpected success in common hours. That's what I am about. So I'm moving purposefully in the direction of my dreams. If I meet upon roadblocks, I take a detour, but I know exactly where I'm going, so I come back on course.
I love your thinking. It is. I mean, I wish so much of us need to think like this. The world will be in a better place. March is Women's Month. What would you like to see more of in our community of women, especially women of color?
Support each other. Pay it forward. Many of us have been encouraged by others and supported by others. Let us pay it forward. Let us really help and mentor other young ladies, especially those whose self-confidence is not so great. Help them to realize that they are made in the image and the likeness of God. And when God placed them here, he planted a seed of greatness in them. And all they need to do is to believe that and every day step out. Don't doubt the fact that God has created you with a purpose. You are beautiful, you are magnificent, you are talented. And I think that's the message as women today that we need to be sending out to all our other female sisters. One thing I want to say though is take care of yourself.
Truth.
Take care of yourself. Take care of number one, drink enough water, do your exercise, get enough sunshine, take your medication if you're on medication, eat right, look after yourself. Because if you forget yourself, you might end up very, very sick. And when you are sick, you can't help anybody else. Self-care, 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 primary.
Self-care. We've been talking about this on the show. Self-care. All right, now that you say it, tell me what's on your self-care plan.
What's on my self-care plan? First thing I do when I wake up in the morning is to do my devotion, because that helps to center me. And I have that on my remind, and I don't have to be reminded because it's now a habit. I get up and I do my devotion, I read, I use the Daily Bread and some other stuff. But I really center myself in the morning, and I have a decent breakfast. I drink a lot of water. I drink alkaline water sometimes, not all the time. I eat a lot of fruits. I eat a lot of vegetables. I like salads and so on. So my garden at home has kale in it. It has beet. It has celery, parsley, basil, chocho, gungo peas, red peas, cucumber and stuff. Use the little space you have in your wherever to do a container garden. Even if you live in a high-rise apartment, you can grow some stuff there. I do a lot of laughter, lots and lots of laughter. People might think I'm an idiot sometimes. I choose joy and happiness because that is so important. Helps my organs to really be healthy. And that's what, and of course, work, but you have to balance the work. Don't overdo it. Sometimes we get into overdrive, and when we get into overdrive, we have to understand, I'm not saying it's not necessary to go into overdrive from time to time, but don't stay there too long because it can be deleterious to your health. So, and my sleep, I track my sleep using my Fitbit because I think it's important, and the quality of the sleep, not just the length of time I sleep, but how much time I spend in deep sleep, light sleep, REM sleep, and how much I spend awake. And I kind of compare it with other women my age. There's a benchmark to show what is appropriate for women my age. So that's it, girl.
Okay. Can you name a female who has had a tremendous impact on you as a leader?
Enough. My mother, my grandmother. And I would say Pat Ramsey for that focus thing that she gives me. But I have a younger sister, and she's my best friend. I have a lot of sisters, but she is my youngest sister, and she's my best friend. She is a leader who really inspires me a lot. And you see my daughter, Shani? she's one of those that inspires me a lot, and she keeps me faithful. She keeps me on track.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, it's important also for us females to find that tribe. Find the tribe that is going to pour into you, that is going to keep you positive, and also call you on your foolishness, because we're not always perfect. Those that are going to be honest with you. Those are going to make sure to tell you to pull up your socks when it's time for you to pull up your socks, or you're doing well when you're doing your well. It's very, very important.
Absolutely. In my coaching program, I have a module on finding your partners in believing.
Oh, okay.
Your support. It's very important.
Yeah, very, very important. What is the biggest factor that helped you to become a successful mentor and leadership coach?
I don't know if I can put my hand on one thing, but certainly finding my purpose was important, and living on purpose and constantly learning to become better. So there is a mantra that I have every day. In every way, I am getting better and better. And as I do that, it's amazing how my life starts aligning in so many different ways. And even though I am a coach, do you know how much I learn from my coaching clients? I am so grateful to all of them, because during that 12-week program that we spent together, I am so enriched and so inspired, yes, by my coaching clients. It's amazing, because you can't give and not receive in the same space. It's just they have a saying, quid pro quo. It works when you give authentically and purposefully and willingly. It's amazing how much you receive in turn. And it's not about the money. It's about the growth and the development.
Right. It is not about the money. That's another thing for leaders out there, those that want to go into leadership positions, or it's important to understand that it's not about the money. The money shouldn't be the first thing that we're looking to acquire. Yes, of course, we all love nice things. I love nice things, but it's not about the money. It is about, yes, see, with our Tom Fords, excuse me. We love nice things. However, it is about helping others. It's about the impact, the currency of impact.
Yes.
The impact that we're leaving on the world. We want to leave the world a better place. So
the legacy.
Yeah, and legacy. And legacy. Those are the things that we need, that need to be the rungs that we're climbing the ladder for. Those things. Yes, the big bank account is something that we aspire for, but it's more for me. And I can say for Dr. Jaja, it is about legacy, about impact. It's about changing the world. And that starts with
John Maxwell talks about a ladder builder, not just be a ladder climber, but be a ladder builder. He says, hold the ladder for others to climb.
Important. So this month, one of our pillars here is setting intentions, and we were gifted by Stacey Hines Epic Intention cards. So I'm gonna pull a card for you. I'm just gonna cut the deck.
Stacey is my coach.
Yeah.
Yes, she's one of my coaches. She's amazing.
We're hoping to have her on the show soon. So we just cut the deck, and I'm going to pull for you. And here, this is what it looks like. And it says, I am unfathomable. I create my own opportunities and lean into the courage to fulfill the desires of my heart. I think that is brilliant for you.
Perfect for me.
Brilliant.
Perfect for me.
Wow. All right, I'm going to pull.
Read it again, please. Read it again,
yes,
please.
Sure. I am unfathomable. I create my own opportunities and lean into the courage to fulfill the desires of my heart.
And the purpose that God has placed me here for.
Awesome. I'm gonna pull for me. Let me cut again. This is mine. And it says, interesting. I pulled the same one. Do you guys saw that I shuffled, right? I pulled the same exact one. I'm keeping it. This is good. This is us, kindred spirits.
That's awesome.
That's interesting.
Awesome.
Wow.
Awesome.
Dr. Jaja, where can our audience find you?
The audience can find me on Instagram, on Facebook, on LinkedIn. Yeah. And just Google Nsombi Jaja, and you come up with a lot. My email address is nsombijaja@gmail.com, and my number is 876-361-2589.
Thank you, Dr. Jaja, for sharing your knowledge with us tonight, right here on RJAM Radio. It was really a blessing. I feel even more filled with purpose after speaking with you.
Thank you. Likewise.
You're
doing a great job.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. My belief is the title of leadership is just that, a title. Leadership has nothing to do with what is on your business card or how much money you possess. For me, leadership is an attitude. Leadership is a state of mind. Leadership is in how you carry yourself. Leadership is in how you care and respect others. Leadership is about caring for not just yourself, but those around you. Leadership is showing up and giving your best at all you do, regardless of whether you're in the mailroom or the boardroom. We are all called to greatness. We all have what it takes to lead purpose-filled lives. Leadership starts from within. Thank you for joining us this evening. Have a great and blessed week. I leave you with this timely message. As part of our month of celebrating women, we honor Calypso Rose. Until next time, good night.
Linda MacArthur Monica Sandy Lewis, more passionately known as Calypso Rose, born April 27, 1940 in Bethel Village, Tobago. Calypso Rose is an iconic cultural figure who is honored as a key figure in bringing the music of the Caribbean to the world. Rose is the first woman to win Trinidad's prestigious Road March competition in 1977. A year later, in 1978, she broke gender barriers by becoming the first woman to win the Calypso King title, which forced renaming of the competition to the Calypso Monarch in her honor.
Everywhere I reign supreme, the one and only Calypso Queen.
No matter how the dollar might stack up, me still not change, me I go stay rough. Inna the giddy and you have to buckle up your lace, be smart, don't be a gruff, no. Life it's a journey, it's a long race. Mama says son be wise and don't bring disgrace. So me take up the broom and start sweep the place. Cause all these ways they got to get erased. I love to me people that me embrace. The truth are the truth and that can't erase. So hell to all of those who want hate. Just send me to finish this race. So we ain't